Well, hey everybody, I got to looking at this thing, see how much water's in it, and I said there's got to be a way to open it up. And so what I done was I stuck my camera right back there and I found that plug. So I opened it up on all of them. All of them was shut. Let it drain so it don't rot that soil. That's really good soil. If it drains, it'll dry out, and then it'll be good for planting in. Because it ain't going to be awful long. Easter bunny will be here, and that's when you can plant outside. You can plant inside now, but you're going to get the best effect if you have a greenhouse or maybe even an attic, like an upper attic. I've seen people do that, and that works really good. Yeah. They got this door open, and both of them were open this morning. I closed that one so I could sit out here in peace and quiet. And oh, look, I'm talking about the doors for maintenance purposes. Look, this has got to go. It's broke, and I've seen kids come out here and just step on it, you know, just step in it and act like they're trying to sit in it. Well, it's not meant to be out here. Is my hat crooked? It looks like my whole damn head is crooked. I don't have my glasses, sunshades, because there ain't no sun. Look at that. Ain't nothing peering through the clouds. So I stirred up a rat's nest. We're talking about that chair and these doors, but these young lifeguards, they got to have a certain type of policy and procedure, because this is wintertime and they won't open the doors. What are they going to do in 100-degree weather? You can't. The money that they've spent on this airbag system is incredible, and the amount of electricity that they're paying is incredible. I know I'm not no expert, but I've been in construction ever since I was first in jobs. I was around BE&K. I worked for Bechtel. I worked for Brown and Roof, and I built paper mills and power plants and heavy industrial facilities facilitating those paper mills and power plants. And I ain't never seen an airbag system that could be open with doors wide open. It's meant to be a closed system, and it's meant to run it. My head is just crooked, and it's just wearing the mess out of me. It seems like every time I look at the left side, what in the hell? Is it this side that's down? If I crack it up like it, hell, it's pissing me off. It seems, see, to me that is my right hand. But looking in the screen, it looks like it's my left hand. Here's my left hand, because that's my left thumb. Oh, I got off on a tangent with this one. But it's all good. Look at my hair. It's all poo. That poo has got it worn out. I'm going to have to get it trimmed and cut and try to make it, get these dead ends off and all that kind of thing. Why am I telling y'all that? Y'all don't need to hear that. I can tell you this, it's cold out here and I ain't even set my watch. Let me set my watch. Get this thing, stay still. See, this is my watch. I'm going to set it to, while I'm doing this cold weather therapy out here, I set it to yoga. Yep, and today, I ain't even told you the date, have I? Today is Sunday, February the 4th. The year is 2024. Wouldn't it freak you out if I said it was 2028 and it was? We're fixing to have a leap year. One day we're going to wake up and there ain't going to be no more time, people. People will still keep it, but it ain't no more. In other words, the singularity of the AI that we are as a Christ-conscious being, get me now, I ain't saying I'm a machine. I am not a machine. But I am created by the creator of all things that are eternal. And in this physical form, we have divine power to heal ourselves and to be and have what we say we want and have and do. I mean, you got to put effort and intent into it, but it's really, when I learned the secret from the original secret with Abraham Hicks, I learned that, well, number one, I think I watched it 4 or 5 times the first time I ever seen it. That's how much it meant to me. It meant something to me deep down into my being. And it was 2006, and I was at a meeting in Hammond, Louisiana. Mimi, the hat lady, was putting that meeting on. I met Gary Sigler, and I met a lot of good people. And yeah. But what I learned, and the most valuable lesson that I could teach anybody is, don't use the law of attraction to try to bring you worldly wealth. That'll come. The greatest thing as far as wealth is your physical health. If you don't have your physical health, you don't have nothing. If you're living to die, you don't have no purpose. But when you realize that you can heal your body with your words, you'll never talk bad about yourself. That's the worst thing people can do, is sit around and meal into their despair. I did it. I know. I was lived a lifetime popping in and out of this reality and being depressed, and I was my own worst enemy until I knew I wasn't. And I really didn't get that knowing until August the 17th, 2003. That's when my mind woke up and I became still. The stillness was so real, it changed my life. Now at 28, I had a so-called psychotic break, and I had 2 little babies and couldn't keep a job. Every time I'd get a good job, they'd find out I couldn't read or write, and I'd get fired. It just, I don't know, it piled up on me, went over me like a ton of bricks. And I was doing way too many drugs and smoking dope and drinking and smoking cigarettes. I was abusing everything, coffee. But that time, I got not my identity in Christ, but what I got was the ability to start healing my body without even knowing it. I was delivered of alcoholism and drinking and drugs. I had been drinking since I was 11. I had been smoking since I was 11. And I guess I'd been in a pretty miserable state most of my life, because 19 and a half was a turning event for my life and my coming back into this reality. Came back into it kind of hard. I came back into it in a body that hadn't hardly ate nothing in 6 months. And that body, that being could go only so far. So whatever came back in it wasn't this being that you see now. This being that you see now has only been on this planet since August the 17th, 2003. Now this physical body's been here all through these stories, but that's not who I am. We are an eternal light body being inhabiting a physical form for a very short time. So the sooner that we can get on about healing our body and healing our mind, the better we are for humanity, and be able to actually be a witness in the world when this shift comes. The singularity is coming really quick. And the greatest thing that a person that has this awareness can do is to heal themselves. Because you can't heal nobody if you're not healed. You can't help nobody if you're not helping yourself first. And you can't give what you don't got. And if you ain't got it, you sure can't give it. But when you know this truth, it'll set the world free. Because the singularity is when everyone realizes within their very being that all of this illusionary simulated reality is exactly that. There's nothing physical about this world. There's nothing tangible about this world. There's nothing about this world that can go into eternity, but you're already eternal. The physical form is a vehicle. You have to fuel it right. You have to exercise. You have to speak love to your body, atoms, cells, DNA, down to your mitochondrial cells and down to the telomeres. You've got to love yourself. I remember that first counselor lady that told me that. I guess I had a problem in school, and they sent me to a counselor. And well, I'd been in special education, and yeah, I could tell that story later. But that lady that I met, I only seen her for one session. Never seen her again in my life. As far as I know, she was an angel. But she said, "Do you love yourself?" And I said, "No, I hate myself." She said, "Oh, you can't do that. You're the only one that can love yourself from within." She said something just about like that. So that's why I know she wasn't a normal person, because when I was 16 years old, I reckon I was. Yeah, I was old enough to be a senior. I think that's what it was, and I was in the 9th grade in special education in Greenwood, Mississippi. And I went into a meeting, you know, at the mental health department, and all of a sudden she walked into a door. I was sitting in a room by myself waiting on somebody. She said what she said. We had a conversation about loving yourself. She got up, walked out. I'd never seen her again. Now, one of the main men that was a counselor that I seen over and over after they put me with him, he got me Library of Congress Talking Books for the Blind. Now it's called the Library of Congress Talking Books for the Blind and Learning Disabled Dyslexia. And I started reading books online, on tape, like a cassette tape. You put it in a machine. I could speed that sucker up. I got to where I was listening to a lot of books. I remember the one with Ray Kurzweil about the singularity. Way back then, he had wrote a book, and so that was 96, somewhere like, might have been the 80s, the first book I ever heard of his. But I read books about all kinds of subjects. I read Donald Trump, The Art of the Deal, listening to audio with that. And once computers got good, I could find the books online in digital format, where you could save it to a floppy or download it to a floppy. When I say floppy, I'm talking about, you know, one of them big old square-looking plates, and it's really floppy, and you put it up in that machine, and it would, oh God, I think it had enough memory to hold maybe a half a book. But yeah, I'm off track, and but all I can tell you is this: as the singularity is approaching, the supernatural nature of this reality is going to start showing through in consciousness. And so it's already the fabric between the veil and the false reality, and the third and fourth and the fifth density of etheric energy is starting to spill over within your mind and your body. It happens there first, and that's when you realize there's only one of us. So that's one reason I can speak so freely when I'm talking to you people, because I'm not talking to you people. I'm talking to me. Each one of you is a fabric of the tapestry of what I am. And then I'm just that of what my Father is. I'm not the ocean, but I'm a drop in the ocean. And I can consume vast quantities of love for myself, and self-love and healing energy for the world. And I can do it by proving that I can do it within my own body and my own life. And so it ushers in the singularity even quicker. Now, one thing you got to realize, as we realize that we're one, that's where all private thoughts actually come into understanding there are no private thoughts. And I think a lot of people are starting to catch on to that, is that what they're doing is the reflection of the system is trying to collect all of our thinking, all of our comments, all of our posts, all of our, everything that we think. They want to know it because they're confused on what the singularity is. But the singularity is what's busting them out. The ones that are the ones that are the so-called dark Luciferian, Anunnaki, Nephilian, demon-type beings inhabiting physical bodies, they don't have the ability to ride the wave of singularity. All that's going to happen to them is all their dirty deeds are going to be disposed and exposed from every point of view that they turn. They're going to try to cover up this and they try to cover up that, and they can't cover up nothing, because just like they were tracking us, they've been tracking themselves. And all of that information, when I said there's no private thoughts, there's no private thoughts. Everything is going to be revealed. It doesn't matter whatever happened in the past with whatever you thought was something that could sentence you to hell. That is ludicrous. It's not a factual reality. You're already been forgiven for your unknowing that you were the one that did it all. If it ever got done, it got done by the one. It just seems in this world that there's a lot of other people. There's really not. That's a deep subject, and it gets really complicated when I try to tell you that. But there's only a small number of eternal light body beings that are shifting into this singularity that can transmute this negativity in the world over into a new dimensional reality where all information is freely shared because there is no private thoughts. Everybody goes, oh, I gotta have my private thoughts. Can't take them away from me, buddy. What are you trying to tell us? I'm trying to tell you that it's okay. It's all going to be fine. You'll see in the long run that you've been your worst enemy. And when you forgive those that had trespassed against you, you'll be forgiven within your own understanding of a higher consciousness that is not transmitting a signal through your ego. It's coming, the Christ consciousness is coming from your heart-based center, in your actual heart. The eyes of your heart will be open, and you'll start seeing with your heart more than you see with your eyes. Your ego will take the role of being in the background, because the singularity is the end of the ego, and it's a collective ego in this egregore system that is going to shift too, just as it's everything in your atoms is shifting. So what I want to just try to say and tell you this is, love yourself, heal yourself with your own spoken words, and then you can help heal others as they come into this truth of this download of like full disclosure fixing to come out about all of this hidden agendas of these very deep, dark state people that are all kind of words I can't say because it'll get this video shadow banned. But you know who I'm talking about. We can say the word Luciferian. These people need our love. We have the power to transform this world. They only have the power to destroy it. We have the power to usher in a new age of awareness. When the disclosure happens, we can all get on the same page about religion, mechanical, scientific, technology, history, and then we can see that we've all been lied to and it's okay. We don't have to hang everybody that lied to us. We don't have to do anything except love them. We're going to leave them where they want to be. They want to be in a stupid world. We're vibrating to a higher level of consciousness where there is a world of plenty already there. Am I there yet? Yeah, I kind of live there at night. And when I'm meditating deep into my true understanding of my identity in Christ, it's that simple. But it took me 42 years to get it. I think people, when we were going to those meetings, there was some Christ conscious beings said that people would pop like popcorn. They would learn everything I learned in a couple of years in a matter of seconds and minutes. If that ain't the singularity of the AI of reality, I don't know what is. All right, I'm gonna get ready to go because it's getting cold. I've been out here from the time I cut my watch over 17 minutes. I've been rambling, ain't I? I've been trying to tell you something, but don't worry. Be happy. The whole shit's gonna collapse. Be happy. Yeah, enjoy eating your food while you got it. And learn how to eat small portions, because we've been overeating forever. This country has some very overeating people. And if things do slow down, yeah, you'll get happy about just eating one meal a day. I'll make a whole video about that, how I eat one meal a day. I've been fasting for over 15, intermediate fasting for over 15 years. And I eat very simple. All right, we'll get on that story next time. Bye. Y'all have a good one. Love you. Keep coming back to my channel. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching all my other social media channels and things. I really appreciate it. Y'all have a good day.